I haven't slept a wink all night.
Really?
I'm going to look like death warms up when I walk down that aisle. Nathan's going to take one look at me and he'll run a mile.
A hearty breakfast for the condemned man.
You're after the butler's job, are you?
For one day only. It's all part of the best man's duties.
Yeah, all Charles did at my first wedding was to make fun of me in his speech.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be doing that as well. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm looking forward to it. How are you feeling?
Oh, I can't wait.
No, seriously.
Seriously. Making speeches holds no fears for me.
I was talking about Vic. I was wondering how you're going to handle seeing her again.
Don't worry. Neither of us would do anything to ruin your day.
Rach. Ow! Oh. Rachel, this is stupid.
You all right?
No, I'm not.
You've been there all night?
Yes, and I'll stay here all day if I have to.
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, Rach, you've got to come out sooner or later, if only for the baby's sake.
Rachel, now listen, I'm going to count to 3, and if you don't open the door, I'm going to break it down. Do you hear me?
Dad, don't shout at it. It'll only make things worse.
And I'll send you the bill for the damage and all.
Come on, Rach, why are you doing this to me?
1!
Rach, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to make up a bottle for the baby. And I'm going to come back. You're going to let me in and we're going to talk about everything, OK?
2!
After everything we've been through together, that's the least I deserve.
Would you rather talk to me, Rach?
Come on, Rach, Armichael's a good catch. If you had any sense, you'd know that.
I'm going now, Rach.
Sinbad?
What?
Bring up a jar of baby food as well.
I won't be long.
Jackie,
What?
are you absolutely certain you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, why shouldn't I be?
Well, so many marriages go wrong these days.
Well, mine won't.
I'm sure it won't. But then I'm sure Nathan didn't think his first one would, and look what happened to that. I knew it was doomed at the time, of course, but he wouldn't listen.
And do you think this one's doomed?
Absolutely not.
Good. I've got to go over to Jackie's in a minute and get changed. Do you think I should tell her?
Tell her to keep her fingers crossed.
If she's never going to trust me, then what's the point in getting married? I mean, I can't even go near my own kid. Dad, I've really tried to understand.
We know, son, it's not your fault. It's just a bit of pre-wedded nerves, that's all.
I know it's more than that. It's her, who she is, what happened when she was little. I mean, I keep thinking we've got over it, and then it comes up again. What's the world coming to when a dad can't even bat his own baby without being accused?
Your dad's right, it's not your fault.
Well, will you tell her that?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Sinbad, tell her I love her, and I love Bet too.
Yeah, OK.
I'll have to get over to Jackie's. Give us a ring if anything happens.
Yeah, all right, love, but look, tell her not to say anything to the Cuddingtons just yet. It's still early days.
It's not. It's not early days. I should be getting ready by now.
I'll see you later.
Listen, son, I can't stand Sinbad, you know that, but... Well, if anyone could talk Rachel round...
It should be me. I should be doing it, Dad. I mean, I am the one supposed to be getting married to her. I mean, what's going to happen in the future? Are we going to send for Sinbad every time there's a problem? Why won't she talk to me, Dad?
Because, well, it's bad luck to see your husband on your wedding day.
We're not getting married according to her.
Suppose I better start getting ready.
Do you have to?
Oh, don't want to be late.
Wouldn't you rather stay in bed with me?
No.
Why not?
Well, if I stay in here, I'm not going to get my face in Hello magazine, am I?
It would be more fun.
Oh, I love a good wedding, me.
Marriage is for losers. If you don't believe me, ask me mum.
Well, you say that now, you know, but one day you'll change your mind. You'll say to yourself, if I don't tie the knot, the girl of my dreams is going to get away.
You can put all of that stuff out of your head right away. You got no chance.
I'm a catch, me.
I don't want to hurt you. I just don't believe in marriage. You start getting serious.
It's you that's getting serious. I was only joking.
Good.
So, doesn't look like there's much future for me and you then, does there?
Not as man and wife, there isn't.
So, if I want a husband, I need to go on the sniff of this posh wedding, don't I?
If that's what you want. But all of them upper classes can't do the business like I can.
No, I don't know. Quite fancy having a crack at one of the big knobs for a change.
Ah! What'd you do that for?
I'm sorry. Did I hurt you?
Mike's at the end of his tether down there, you know. He thinks this has got something to do with him. But it hasn't, has it? It's to do with me and what I told you.
It is to do with him. It's to do with all of you. All men. I mean, what goes on in your heads? Are you all the same?
No.
But I can't know that for certain, can I? I can't be sure because I'm not one of you. And I'll always have somewhere a tiny doubt. I mean, I see men in the street, ordinary-looking men, turn their heads as a schoolgirl goes past. They don't seem to be able to help it. There's magazines in every paper shop. Somebody buys them. And they say that men think about sex every 8 seconds. How can that be true? You see, I need to think that my dad was evil. Evil and unusual. And I need to believe that you were good. You were the man that helped us. You were the man that we trusted. But were you good to us because you're good? Or were you good to us because you wanted me, Mum?
Don't you know the answer to that?
If I can't be 100% certain about you, I can't be certain about any man. Even Mike.
Hiya. Right, that's your dress hanging up there. You've got 50 minutes to get ready because I want to leave here Casey at 11 o'clock on the dot. That gives us an hour to get to Cuddington and then half an hour to get ready for when Rachel arrives. So if she does...
Does what?
Arrive.
What do you mean?
She's having second thought. She freaked out yesterday and decided she didn't want to get married after all.
Well, that gives us bags of time then.
She's locked herself in the bedroom. Sinbad's in there now trying to talk her around.
What a nightmare.
Oh, well, at least your weddings are separate. Your guests need never know.
Never mind my guests. How's our Mike taking it? She's got a face that'd stop a clock. How are you, Debbie?
Very well, thank you, Catherine.
Well, you two pack it in. This is serious.
People get cold feet all the time.
So what's caused it? She suddenly got it into her head that Mike's going to harm the baby.
Why on earth should she think that?
None of your business.
I only asked.
I'm going round there. I don't know if that's a good idea. Casey, he's my brother. I can't just pretend it isn't happening. Well, hadn't you better get changed first? Well, I've done my hair and my makeup. So if you two get ready, then bring all my gear round. I can always get changed to Cuddington if the worst comes to the worst. Don't forget my shoes, they're on the table there.
I know.
I couldn't stand the thought of what your dad was doing to you all. It made me sick. It still does. That's why I got involved.
Why did you get involved with Andrew?
I felt sorry for him.
And Tim?
You can't believe that I could do what they're accusing me of. This is me, Sinbad.
I know.
I mean, how could you think for even 1 second?
Why is Andrew doing it?
I don't know.
What has he got to gain?
I don't know. If I could get him on his own for 10 minutes and talk to him, then I could find out.
Oh, he liked you.
He's had a hard time of it in the past. Maybe it's got something to do with that. I don't know. Maybe he's got a narc on with me about something and it's his way of getting back at me, but he just doesn't realise how serious it is. I don't know.
If I have any doubts, if it seems even possible...
Mike loves you, and he loves Beth. He would never do anything to hurt you.
How can I be sure?
He's gonna be a good dad.
If I can't leave him alone with his daughter and I keep flying off the handle, making his life a misery, then I don't deserve to be with him anyway. You're better off without us.
This is not gonna happen. You know, even if you don't get married today, Rach, he's still gonna have access to it. It's his legal right. He's gonna spend time with it on his own, and there's not a thing you can do about it. So you're gonna have to trust him. And I want you to trust me as well. You know, you can't be 100% certain about anything. All we have is trust. I can't prove I'm innocent. And that's up to the police and the courts to decide. But if you don't trust me, I'm as good as finished anyway.
We both are. Because if I can't trust you, my life is unlivable.
What are you going to do?
You win, Beth. I'll go to the bathroom and I'll sort myself out.
Thank you.
When I come back, you can send Mike up.
The Cuddingtons are going to love this, aren't they?
Never mind them. I'm going to look like a right plank, aren't I?
I wouldn't mind, but my best man speech I know off by heart. I've got to look at me notes for the father of the bride.
What's happening?
Your warm-up act has dropped on.
Oh, what's up with her?
She's locked herself in her room. Jacqueline, shouldn't you be dressed by now?
Dad, I'll do it when I get there. Shall I go up and try and talk around?
No, Sinbad's with her.
No, but once she's finished, you can have a go. And then you can try. And I'll tell you what, we'll send the milkman up next, then the photographer, and I'll just stand here like a lemon, shall I?
I only want to help.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of her dad coming between us. Look, I know she loves me, and I'm going to make her marry me today if I have to drag her up the aisle by the hair.
All right. She wants to see you.
Yes, she's going to.
Oh, take it easy. It's okay now.
She changed her mind.
Is she going through with it?
Go on.
Is it all right?
Yeah.
Sinbad. Nice one, mate.
It's waiting for you, aren't
So, what did you say to her?
I? Well, that's between me and her, you know.
Yeah, but what was wrong?
I think the wedding just brought back a few bad memories, that's all.
Yeah, but it's definitely back on again.
I think so.
Oh, well done, Sinbad. You've saved the day there.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, better get over and see if I can squeeze into my suit.
Sinbad.
What?
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, you've been under a lot of pressure. I mean, the wedding's got so big.
It's nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I know. Rach, is this going to keep happening? Is your dad going to keep coming between us?
I hope not.
I mean, I try to understand how it must feel, but I try to do the right thing.
I know you do.
And I shouldn't have locked the bathroom door. I just wasn't thinking.
We share a house with Katie and your dad. Why wouldn't you lock it?
Yeah, well, I won't do it again.
You've got to. And I've got to trust you. I can't keep putting you through this all the time. I'll drive you away.
Do you still want to get married?
Do you still want to marry a daft cow like me?
Not half.
Can Beth go with you and your dad?
Rachel, you don't have to prove anything, you know.
It's not that. I just want to walk down the aisle carrying a bouquet, not a car seat. It's supposed to be bad luck to see each other before the wedding.
What, do you feel unlucky?
The exact opposite.
What did you say to Rachel to make her change her mind?
Rather not talk about that. Why didn't you two better be getting going?
Oh, waiting for Ron and Mike.
Why?
Well, you know what a minge bag dicker was. As soon as he heard I was driving up there, he's cancelled the taxi.
Oh, well, I hope they get a move on.
Katie, will you give it a rest?
Oh, that's what Clint was saying all last week.
Oh, you could have invited him, you know.
I did.
So why isn't he coming?
He had to go back to work. Yeah, to recuperate.
Hey, Jack, after today, me and you will never have sex with another man.
I know, yeah. Mrs. Jacqueline Cuddington.
Mrs. Rachel Dixon.
What? You were, weren't you?
I wasn't.
Oh, you were.
I wasn't.
Right, that's the pram loaded.
Dad, I've got the rings.
Yes.
Right. This is it, then.
No turning back now.
How's Rach?
Oh, she's looking forward to it. Dad, have you got the rings?
Yes.
Right, I'll just go and say to her...
No, you can't. She's in a dress now. Next time you see is when you marry her.
Look at us, eh? Back at our old house. You two getting married. Come here. Listen, I know we've had our ups and downs, but well, I want you to know that I'm dead proud of you both. If only how Tony could have been here.
Come, Ed, you two. Mick's waiting for you out there.
Sinbad, do me a favour, mate. Make sure that she gets there.
She'll be there. Get going, go on. Got the rings?
Yes.
Don't lose them.
See you, Lisa.
See ya. Oh, well, nay. Good luck. Quite be sorry to see the back of this place, won't you?
Yeah.
So, what you make a brookside closer?
Oh, I dream on. I'll push your luck sometimes. Didn't do too bad at the car boot. I told you he was the best, didn't I?
Jackie D's Style House.
Happy birthday, Katie. So, to the Millennium Club. We're gonna get married together.
Cuddington Hall, same date and everything. What do you think?
OK, Rach. Mike's gone. You can come down now. You look absolutely beautiful.
You've got to say that.
I've got to say it, because it's true.
Did you phone a taxi?
Yeah, be here in half an hour, so we've got time for a drink.
Oh, watch my nails are still wet.
Sorry. I want you to know that this is one of the proudest moments in my life.
I want you to know something as well. Whatever happens the next few weeks, I want you to know I'll be here for you.
Aye, aye, he's early.
Did you order that?
Yeah, well, you know, if it's good enough for the aristocrats, it's good enough for us.
Last man I've been waiting for. Ron! Good to see you again.
Charlie, how you doing, son?
All the better for seeing you, mate.
Great. Listen, come and meet two neighbours of mine. This is Mick and Susanna, Charles Cuddington.
Charlie.
Where do you want me to park?
No, if you'd like to give your keys to one of these chaps over here, they'll do it for you.
Oh, right. Great.
And then if you want to make your way up into the entrance hall, drinks are now being served.
Oh, lovely.
Hey, listen, any chance you could drive it home with, so I can have a bevy?
Dad, do us a favour. Can you take that upstairs while I get Beth out of the car seat?
Yeah, sure. Goes on with you, Charlie. Tell me, how's your dad doing?
Oh, he's a fine fellow.
Still haven't met him, you know.
I know, he's really looking forward to it.
Ah, right. You ready to make a run for it?
Ready when you are.
Right, let's go.
Are you coming?
No, I'm supposed to be welcoming guests, aren't I?
Come on, Charles can cope. He loves all that meeting and greeting nonsense.
No, I think I'd better stay.
Are you a man or a mouse?
What's more, I think you should stay as well.
Oh, obviously the latter. Your best man is carrying the title under false pretenses.
I'm going. It's, family tradition.
No, the important thing is this. Don't mention a word of this to Hillary. If anybody should ask, I've taken him for a walk in the woods to give him the benefit of my paternal advice. You understand?
Okay.
Right, come on, let's go. We'll slip out through the stables.
She's really beautiful. What's her name?
Beth, you're lovely, aren't you?
Did you find it?
Yeah, no problem.
You're bound to be nervous today. It's your big day.
Well, it's not that. It's just they wouldn't let us go in ours in case I saw Rachel in a dress, but I'll be fine.
I tell you, Bill, this must be one of the poshest houses in England.
You think this is posh? You should see Cousin Jill's house. Makes me feel positively like a council tenant.
Oh, yeah? And, where did she get her money from, then?
She started very modestly with a motel in the Midlands. Invested wisely, and hey presto. Oh, she's coming to Nathan's wedding. I'll introduce you.
Vic,
Hello, Doc.
you look terrific.
So do you?
Sorry, I should go. I need to help Charles meet and greet.
Yeah, of course. See you later.
Yeah, bye.
You see the way Rachel was last night, son? Well, you've got to get used to all that, because women are all the same, believe me. Totally irrational. And I should know, I've dealt with enough of them. There's Anthea, nutty as a fruitcake. Bev, mad as a hatter. And your mother, completely off her troll.
Oh, what's the day I married you?
Hello, love.
Hello, son.
Hiya, Mum.
How are you? Nervous?
No.
Oh, and how's my little Beth?
Oh, she's fine, thanks, Mum. Listen, I'm just going to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute.
So, did you have any trouble finding the place?
No, I could hear your voice all the way along the M56.
Dee Dee, it's the kids' wedding day. Can we at least be polite to each other?
Telling me son I'm off my trolley isn't what I call polite. And I hope that tramp Beverly McLaughlin isn't coming.
Now, be careful. I don't want you scratching my bodywork. But you, on the other hand, can scratch my bodywork whenever you like.
The woman from the bar. I remember you well.
Beverly McLaughlin.
Charles Cunnington. Charmed to meet you.
Likewise, Charlie. Likewise.
Come on, I'll show you to your room.
Have you seen Nathan?
Yes.
How is he?
He's fine.
He hasn't done a runner then?
No.
And what about Vic?
She's inside.
How was he?
Awkward. Come on, we haven't much time. Rachel will be here soon.
So, what's your official title? Is it Lord or Viscount?
Usher.
Charles, I simply must tell you about the dreadful journey I've had in that minuscule car. Ache all over. Do you know anyone that could massage me back to health?
Believe you've done so well for yourself. Oh, I'm so proud. I don't believe it myself sometimes. I still think the church is the proper place to get married. I know, but Nathan couldn't. I know. And this place isn't a bad second best, I suppose.
Sorry to interrupt, but time is pressing on.
OK, Mum, I'll have to go. I've got to get ready.
You know, I'm beginning to wonder if this Robin fella really exists. If he doesn't show up soon, he's going to miss your wedding.
Well, maybe he's the mad relation and you keep him locked in the bell tower or something.
Michael, shut up, will you? Someone might hear you. Oh, no. That's all we need.
All right, Dee Dee. How are you?
I was all right until a minute ago. How are you?
Absolutely loaded. You heard?
Well, there's muck, there's brass. That's what I'd heard.
Go and split them up, will you? Otherwise, there'll be murder.
You're the best man. That's your job. You're going to have to do it again when Anthea gets here.
You what?
Anthea?
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Oh, thank God for that.
Rachel has.
You joking?
Well, she likes Anthea.
Michael, tell me you're joking.
She is now.
All right, Anthea.
Hello.
Didn't think you'd get an invite.
Well, I'm surprised to see you here and all.
She gate crashed.
So you two went to the same car boot sale?
Couldn't you find one big enough to fit?
It's like watching me whole life flash in front of my eyes.
What do you reckon they're saying?
Hubble, bubble, toil and trouble.
Look, Dad, don't cause a scene, OK?
Won't be me causing a scene, son. It'll be them.
Hello.
Hiya, Anth.
This is from Megan.
Oh, thanks.
Believe she's doing very well.
Yeah, she's got this new job in Baltimore.
Gotta go where the money is.
It'll be nice if you'd read out her card during your speech.
Yeah, sure. I'll see what I can do.
Not long now, Mike. Are you nervous?
No, not really. Excuse me a minute. He hasn't been off the bog since he got here.
So, what wedding present do you buy for the woman who's marrying into this?
2 ton of wood polish. Seriously, though, I wouldn't mind a contract for this place, would you?
How is Great Granny's?
OK. I miss you, love.
Yeah. I'm sorry it ended the way it did.
What size shoes do you take? I beg your pardon? Oh, sorry, the heel on Jackie's shoes broke.
Oh, no.
She needs some white shoes. What size are you?
Oh, well, what size is Jackie?
5.
No, sorry.
What size are you? Might get away with a 4 or a 6.
Well, I'm a 3. My husband said I should have been a gay sugar girl.
What size are you?
7.
What about pure being?
Oh, well, look, I've got a girlfriend called Shirley Titherley. She takes a size 5. I could call her. Well, she won't be here in time for the first wedding, but she'll be here in time for the second.
Well, can you do that just in case? But even so, Rachel's going to go spare with one of her bridesmaids and trainees.
You see what they're like? Oh, what a disaster. I hope they find something.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention for one moment.
You can have my attention anytime.
Thank you. Right, well, are we missing a groom?
Yeah.
Oh, dear, where is he?
He's in the water closet.
Right, good. Thank you very much, Ron. Well, I've just had a call from the front gate to say that bride number 1 has arrived. Phew. This means they're going to be here in about 5 minutes. So, if I could usher all the guests into the state dining room, which is a few miles down there, the bridesmaids onto the steps, and Ron to the water closet. Do you mind, Ron?
Not at all.
Excellent. Well, as they say on Centre Court, first service.
Susanna, I don't know what we'd have done without you. You really saved the day.
Anyone would do the same.
Well, I did try and ring my friend Shirley and ask her to bring a pair, but unfortunately she'd left. So you're a really good sport. Thank you. Thank you very much. Making a laughing stock out of me.
They made up with you. You're a hero.
I wish they weren't warm.
Look, right, it's not far from the gate to the front step. You'd never get a fresh pint of milk in the morning.
Isn't it gorgeous, though?
Oh, it's a pity Ruth's not well. She'd love all this.
He's going to miss it, I know he is. It's downright rude and extremely embarrassing.
Where's Robin? Is he all right?
Oh, Ron, I'm terribly sorry. Something very important has suddenly cropped up. He sends you his very best wishes and says he'll be here as soon as he can.
It's not on that, you know. It's happening at his own place and he can't even be bothered. That's like their Charlie get married in our front room and me not coming out the kitchen.
Dad, will you shut up? I don't give a toss about him.
Yeah, well, you should be, because you're going to be family in half an hour. She's here.
Doesn't she look gorgeous?
Yeah.
Take a look, son. You don't want to miss this.
Nathan! Nathan!
Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of one man and one woman voluntarily entered into for life, but to the exclusion of all others. Mark Twain wrote, "A marriage makes of two fractional lives a whole. It gives to two purposeless lives a work, and doubles the life of each to perform it. Marriage will give a new gladness to the sunshine, a new fragrance to the flowers, beauty to the earth.
I call upon these persons here present.
To witness that I, Michael Dixon.
To witness that I, Michael Dixon.
Take thee, Rachel Jordache.
Do take thee, Rachel Jordache.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
Rachel, will you do the same, please? I call upon these persons here present.
I call upon these persons here present
To witness that I, Rachel Jordache.
to witness that I, Rachel Jordache,
Do take thee, Michael Dixon.
do take thee, Michael Dixon,
To be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Michael and Rachel, the vows that you have made to each other are those required by law. You have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your family, friends, and witnesses. And from this time forward, you are husband and wife together. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the ceremony.
You know, you won't find a better ride than her.
They're all the same to me.
You've got a lot to learn, my boy.
Nathan!
Debs, has the service finished?
Where have you been?
Oh, dear, we've been rumbled.
Haydock Park. One of Dad's horses was running in the first race.
Easy Life came in at 6-1, 4 lengths ahead of the field.
Congratulations.
You know, my trainer tells me she's going to be the best of the lot. You can take a look at her later. She's coming to the wedding.
Why?
Because I'm giving her to Jackie as a wedding present.
Really?
There's no better day out than a trip to the races to watch your own horse run.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
I'll walk on ahead. Oh, don't breathe a word to Hilary about where we've been. Do you hear me?
I can keep a secret.
That's the spirit.
You haven't much time left.
I know.
I wouldn't normally be as crude as this, but under the circumstances, I don't think I have much choice.
Well, just spit it out. Supposed to be getting married in an hour.
Don't do it. Don't marry that hideous woman. I love you. And I'll make you happier than Jackie Dixon ever could.
Girls, this is daft. I mean, we've all suffered at the hands of Ron Dixon.
You're right. We shouldn't take it out on each other.
We should be taking it out on him.
So shall we bury the hatchet?
What, in his head?
I'll drink to that.
Edie, come on, love. Come up to groom's pedals.
Well, I don't know about you, Anne, but I've certainly raised my standards since Ron. In fact, between you and me, if I'm not chewing the cud by the end of the night, I'll be well gutted. See you later.
So, how does it feel? Brilliant. I just hope you're as happy as I am.
Oh, nice. Better go and get changed.
All
right, Jack. How long till the next one?
Oh, about an hour. And thanks for the shoes, you are a lifesaver. Oh.
See you later.
See you later.
Time for you to go into town and get me another pair.
See you later.
Oh.
You told me you loved me once, remember? By the lake steps. You told me you'd always love me.
I was 16. And I knew that saying that would get me what I wanted. I'm not proud of it, but it's what boys do.
You can have what you wanted again. Why settle for corned beef when you can have fillet steak?
Don't do this.
Come on, Nathan. You know we've always enjoyed each other's company.
You're fun to be with.
I can be more fun.
It's never boring when you're around. And you're a very attractive woman. But you're also a grade 1 bitch. And what you're trying to do here is proof of that.
I'm just trying to stop you ruining your life.
A man would have to be a fool or a masochist to get involved with you. I'm neither. I'm marrying Jackie, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Wow. Wish I'd brought me flake. Is this where you and Nathan are staying tonight? No, this is just for getting changed, and we're staying in one of the best rooms. This isn't the best? My God. Clint was here to do for us. Come here, Clint Moffat, get in this bath and give us a go, you loofah. Can I just see you chasing him around that thing? Oh, so can I. And no one gets the top end. I would die in this bathroom. I think when it's time to go home, I might do a Rachel and lock myself in. Oh, I'm glad you got over that. Yeah, so am I. If anyone was meant for each other, it's Rachel and Mike. And you and Clint? Yeah. Some couples, it's just obvious, isn't it? Hello? What? Shouldn't you be telling me something now? You look absolutely gorgeous. No. Oh, yeah. It's obvious with you and Nathan as well. You still don't think it is, do you? Of course I do. Anyone can see how much you love him. Look at all you're giving up for him. I mean, Clint asked me to marry him tomorrow. I think I'd jump at the chance. What have I got to lose? But you've given up your businesses. You're moving away from all your family, all your mates. That's how much in love you are. And I understand that now. And I am made up for you. He's given up stuff for me as well, you know. I'm sure he is. Mind you, I'd walk over hot coals for a bathroom like this. I'd well get used to it. Do you know what? What? You do get used to it. I was like you are when I first came here, but it's just a bath. Yeah, and Niagara Falls is just a shower. I won't be a minute. Where are you going? There's something I've got to do.
Jill, long time no see.
Charles!
Oh, let me introduce Beverly.
Oh, all right, Queen.
There we are, Jill. Treated like royalty at last.
I wish I had her money.
I believe you're in the hospitality trade, Jill. You'll have to have a good chinwag.
Beverly, did that waiter find you?
No.
There's a phone call in the drawing room.
What, for me?
Someone called Leanne, was it? Apparently your bar is on fire.
You're joking.
Dreadful. I remember when the motel went up in smoke.
There you are. Consider yourself rescued.
Rescued?
I made the phone call up.
I do wish you'd stop interfering in other people's lives.
Oh, come on. You can't honestly like these peasants.
Oh, don't be such a snob.
Have you and Nathan both lost your minds?
Well, Nathan hasn't lost anything. He's simply getting married, that's all.
We'll see about that.
Don't see there's anything you can do about it.
I'm not so sure. Did you know that Jackie once had a surrogate child?
Yes, I don't see the relevance.
That's how far she's prepared to go to get her hands on other people's money. What do you think Robin and Hilary will do when they find out their future daughter-in-law has a womb to let?
What are you doing here? We're not supposed to see each other.
I don't think I can go through with it.
Shouldn't you be keeping Victoria company?
I don't think she'd thank me for it.
But you two are an item.
Got them.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you'll excuse me, I need 10 minutes to look over my speech.
Oh, yes, see you later.
What was that about?
It's my GP. I was just consulting him.
Yeah, it didn't look very doctor-patient to me.
Oh, you know you're my Prince Charming.
Yeah, you can do that yourself.
See Deborah.
Oh, she went upstairs a few minutes ago. Are you going that way?
Yes, I think I'd better.
Well, could you give these to Jackie?
Of course.
Are you aware how incredibly rude it looks?
We've given them the run of the house, haven't we? What more could they ask for?
A host.
Which is why we should be getting downstairs.
Oh. So we're going to this wedding, are we?
My dear, my son's future is the only thing that matters to me. Now, you know how difficult and costly his divorce was. Oh, I just wanted to speak to him candidly, make sure he knew what he was doing. Now, if that meant I had to miss the wedding of two complete strangers, well, I'm sorry, but there it is. Darling, these people are going to be here all day and all night. Plenty of time for me to make amends.
What happened to Easy Life?
June, I'd forgotten she was even running.
You're lying.
I must telephone and find out.
I've been married to you long enough, Robin Cuddington. I know you too well. You went to Haydock Park.
I didn't.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, not at all. Please come in.
I hope you don't think I'm interfering, but there's something you should know.
Oh, really? What's that?
Jackie Dixon. She's only interested in Nathan's money. She's even more of a gold digger than Sarah was.
What gives you that idea?
She is so obsessed with money, she sold her own baby. Her own flesh and blood. I'm sorry, I just thought you should know before it's too late.
Does Nathan know?
I'm not sure.
He knows. Jackie agreed to be a surrogate mother for a friend of hers who couldn't have a baby at that time.
She was paid for it. You've got to talk to Nathan before it goes too far.
Oh, I think it's you that's gone too far, young lady. Listen to me, Deborah. Nathan loves Jackie, and we've grown very fond of her, too. We find her straightforward, honest.
I can understand almost every word she says.
Oh, and quite frankly, I think her private life is her own affair. We all know that you care for Nathan, but you've got to accept the fact that he's marrying somebody else.
Haven't you got bridesmaids' duties to perform?
Come on, the service is almost starting. Jackie will be wondering where you are.
Just don't say I didn't try and warn you.
What do you think?
She's a deeply unpleasant woman. If Nathan ever did end up with her, I'd disinherit him.
I mean about Jackie.
Oh, there are worse skeletons than that in the Cuddington cupboard.
Okay. How did Easy Life do?
Won by 4 lengths.
Oh, good.
Don't you love me?
It's not that.
Then what's the problem?
It's hard to put into words.
Well, don't you think you better try?
I feel as if I'm about to give up everything. Me friends and me family and me life in Liverpool. Everything. And even though I do love you, I don't know if I can do that.
It's only 200 miles away.
I know.
It's a 4-hour car journey.
I know.
3, the way you drive.
I'm sorry.
But you do love me.
Yeah.
I'll stay in Liverpool then.
But what about your house and your job and the chances of promotion?
They don't matter.
Yeah, but everything you want's down there.
Everything except you. If marrying you means I have to stay in Liverpool, then that's what I'll do.
Would you really make that sacrifice for me?
Yes. So is the wedding back on?
What are you doing here? Everything okay?
I'm not sure.
Everyone's waiting down there. Are you getting married or what?
I don't know.
Of course, we're getting married. Go on.
Right. See you at the altar.
There was no fire. But I tell you, when I see that Deborah there will be. It'll be 2 weddings and a funeral time. I'll set her alight.
I wouldn't worry about that charming young lady causing any more trouble. She's just made a complete fool of herself.
Glad to hear it. You know, posh girls, they're all mad, aren't they? I mean, see that one over there? Just the same. Completely off a rocker.
Yeah, give me a nice Scouse girl any day of the week. You attached to anyone at the moment?
Well, I am seeing someone like, but he's made it very obvious there's no future in it.
Oh, good. I'll see you later then. Good luck, Nate.
Thanks.
I reckon those Cuddingtons like a bit of Scouse. That Charles has definitely got the hots for me. Eh? We might all be back here in a few months.
Right, Dad. What do you think? God, my dad's speechless.
Oh, we sure to make up for that in the reception.
Jack.
Oh, it's all right, Dad. I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise?
You okay?
I'm not sure.
You'll be fine.
If any person present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. A marriage is intended to provide the love and comfort which each should have for the other in times of joy and in times of sadness. It is a deep and lasting commitment which cannot be entered into lightly or without thought.
Hi, excuse me. Could you get my car, please? Hate weddings.
Do you, Albert Nathan Cuddington, by your own choice, freely enter into the union of marriage with Jacqueline Teresa Dixon?
I do.
And do you, Jacqueline Teresa Dixon, by your own choice, freely enter into the union of marriage with Albert Nathan Cuddington?
I do.
No, I'm sorry, but I don't think she does.
What a flaming nightmare.
You were having doubts.
I was trying to think. What's happening? Is it all off?
You've got some explaining to do, lad.
You've got nothing to be sorry for.
What's so great about Liverpool?
That's where Brookside is, and next Friday it's back to its usual time, 8:30. Next up tonight, Ross is torn between 2 lovers, and Chandler's shaking his newfound virility in Friends. Friday comedy, right here on 4.
now.
I don't think you really want to go through with it.
I do. I've just said those very words. Didn't you hear me? I said I do. I do.
But in front of all those people, there's a lot of pressure. I don't think you really meant it.
What a flaming nightmare.
Well, there goes your chances of joining the aristocracy.
No, you take the biscuit, you do. Do you really think that I care about all that? That's my daughter he made a show of in there, you know.
Be mortified, God bless her.
I think we need to discuss what should happen next.
Oh, you'll be Nathan's dad, I suppose.
Yes, Robin. You're wrong, I take it?
Well, I tell you what, I don't know how you people bring up your kids, but I think you should be ashamed of yourselves. Your Nathan was a disgrace in there.
Perhaps there's something we don't know.
I was worried about moving to London, that's all.
So you wanted to call the wedding off?
Until you said you didn't mind staying in Liverpool, but that was obviously a lie, wasn't it?
No, I meant it.
Yeah, at the time, maybe. But then you started to think about it, didn't you? And in the 20 minutes between saying you'd stay and saying I do, you must have been going over it in your head.
I was going over a lot of things.
Why should I give up everything for it? I'm the man, I've got all the money.
That's not what I was thinking.
I've got the big house, I've got all the prospects.
I was wondering why you didn't jump for joy.
What?
When I said that I'd stay in Liverpool. When I said that I'd give up everything in London just to make you happy. When I made this grand romantic gesture.
Yeah, and that's all it was, wasn't it? A gesture, you didn't mean it.
Why didn't you jump for joy? I don't know, fall into my arms, dissolve into tears.
Because I couldn't believe you'd said it.
You were surprised.
Yeah, I was.
But you weren't pleased.
I was too shocked to be pleased.
You hesitated.
I was trying to get my head round it.
You couldn't even look me in the eye.
I was thinking.
And then Katie came in. And on such a tiny interruption, a whole life can change. Are you getting married or what, she said. And you were already in your wedding dress. People had come from all over the country, and time was running out, and you just thought, sod it. It's too late to go back now. What's the worst that can happen? If it all goes wrong, I'll get divorced. Well, I've been divorced once.
Oh, is that it? You think I was marrying you to try and get some kind of divorce settlement out here?
No, God, no.
Well, you better not do.
You were having doubts.
I was trying to think.
What's there to think about? My fiancé loves me so much he'll do anything for me. You shouldn't have even had to think about it twice, but you did. You had your doubts, didn't you?
I hate it when you go all solicitor on me.
Am I right or wrong? You had your doubts, didn't you?
Everyone must have doubts.
Well, what were yours? If we can talk about them now, maybe we can work things out and still get married. What would you have said to me if Katie hadn't come in? If the wedding wasn't about to start? What were you worried about?
You.
Why?
Such a big sacrifice.
And one of us had to make it.
And I couldn't.
So I did.
Does that mean that you love me more than I love you?
Does it matter?
Or did you just make the offer in the heat of the moment when all them things you said were going on? But after you'd had time to think, you had your doubts as well?
As well?
If you had to change your plans so much just to make me happy, wouldn't you end up resenting me in 10 years' time?
Not necessarily.
You're kidding yourself.
So you were having doubts? I love you, Jackie.
I love you too.
But do we love each other enough?
Don't know.
I think we should find that out before we get married, don't you?
Yeah.
We better let the guests know what's going on.
I couldn't face them.
I'll do it. But you go up to my room, you can use the back staircase. I'll follow you up in 10 minutes.
What's happening? Is it all off?
It's postponed.
Till when?
Look, I really need to speak to the parents first, I think.
Where's Jackie? Is she all right?
She's a little stunned. We both are. Look, she's in my room. You might want to go and keep her company while I make an announcement down here.
I do anything?
How are you, my boy?
Yeah, I'm bearing up, thanks, Dad. I'm sorry about this.
Well, I'm sure we all are.
Do you want me to make an announcement or anything?
No, I'll do it. We need to decide what to announce first. I think the Dixon should be in on that.
You've got some explaining to do, lad.
I know. I'm sorry for what's happened.
What the hell has happened?
I don't really want to discuss it now. Jackie and I need time to talk things through. We won't be getting married today.
Oh, that's brilliant, that is. You bring us all down here and...
But there has already been one wedding.
Yeah, we could have done that in Brome Terrace.
I know, I'm sorry. But the point is that the reception's already arranged. Now, we can either go through with that to celebrate your wedding, or we can cancel and send everybody home.
Well, it would be a pity to let all that food go to waste.
Oh, it's really kind of you to offer. But I won't feel comfortable in a room full of strangers.
But they're here now, and if we feed them, at least they won't have had a wasted journey.
Hang on, Nate. I can't sit down here and celebrate our wedding while my sister's upstairs getting stitched up by you.
No one's getting stitched up.
No, hang on, Mike. You deserve to celebrate your wedding. You deserve a good do.
Well, I don't think I could enjoy myself round here. Oh, no offence.
Oh, none taken.
Listen, if there is going to be a do, then it should be back at Brookside Close, at our house, hey? A real Dixon shindig, just like the old days.
Well, do feel free to help yourself to as much food and drink as you need.
Thanks.
It's probably best if you two all get off.
And what about you? Do you want me to wait for you?
No. Me and Nate have got a lot to talk about. Could take a while.
You stay here tonight?
I might. And I might not. Depends. You be able to get a lift off someone else?
Yeah, sure.
And tell them... I'll tell them I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry for. It's that Pellick who made a show of himself.
No. I'm just as much to blame as he is.
Right, so who's that leaving my car then? Ron, me, Bev and Dee Dee. If the pram goes in my boot, we can fill mixed boot with food and drink.
I've just had a word with the lads who were doing the graft and they're only serving wine.
Well, there is a choice of Chablis Premier Cru or Chateauneuf du Pape.
Right, we'll have a kitty then, eh? Yeah, me and you can go to the offie. Yeah, get some ale in, what, a tenner? Yeah, there you go.
Do you want to get a pen and paper and write down what everyone wants?
I can't write my hands knackered.
I'll do it, Ron.
Oh, I'd like to make a small contribution to this.
Oh, well, that's very good of you.
Can I write you a cheque?
No, you're all right. I think you've spent enough today.
Look, just before you rush off, I'd like to thank you all for coming. And I'm truly sorry for what's happened. But my fiancé and I have got one or two difficulties that we need to iron out. Hopefully we'll do that. But in the meantime, I know how difficult we made Mike and Rachel's engagement. And now we've made their wedding day, well, farcical, I suppose, and I'm sorry. But it has just occurred to me that there is now a honeymoon in Barbados going spare, and I can't think of anybody who could make better use of it than you two. So I hope you'll accept it as a wedding present from Jackie and me. What's so great about Liverpool?
It's home.
Well, wherever you live is home.
No, it's not.
Why do you people have such a romantic attachment to it?
You people?
You know what I mean.
Don't you have a romantic attachment to here? The place you grew up? I mean, you must have a million memories of this place.
Well, I was only here for the holidays.
It's still home.
Yes, but I moved on. People do. I made another home in the next place, and another home in the place after that. And you could do that in London.
It's not the same. Everywhere I go, I'm the Scouser. In Liverpool, I'm Jackie Dixon.
Rubbish.
It's true. OK, when you were in Liverpool, why didn't you tell people you were the son of a lord? Why did you hide it?
You know why.
Because you wanted to be Nathan, like you are here at home.
I'm Nathan wherever I am. And if people are too prejudiced to see past a stupid title, then that's their problem.
I can't hide my title, though. People spot it as soon as I open my mouth.
Yeah, but you can soon change that if it bothers you.
It doesn't bother me. I like who I am.
Yeah, and so do I. And I wouldn't want to change you for the world. And there's no reason why you should change just because you live in Holland Park. We don't have to get married. Nothing final. Come and give it a try. Let's live together. Give it a try for a few months, and if it doesn't work out, then you can come back home.
Why did you go to Liverpool University?
It was close.
To home?
Yes. And I was involved with Sarah at the time. And it seemed like an exciting place to be. The course looked good. And I failed my Cambridge exams.
And you had a good time there?
I had the time of my life.
And the last year's been great, hasn't it?
Yes.
So why couldn't you spend the rest of your life there?
I've gone as far as I can in Liverpool. Look, if I'm going to get on with my career, I've got no option but to move to London. I've got the most fantastic house down there, and it's just lying empty. And damn it, London's one of the best cities in the world. It's cosmopolitan, it's got a great nightlife, it's got cinemas, theatres. Look, once you've been down there for a couple of months, you wonder what you ever found to do up here. Just give it a try.
We've been talking now for 2 hours. We need to start making some decisions. So, number one, we can't live together in Liverpool, can we?
No.
So, we live together in London. We live apart and see each other at weekends. Or we just finish.
What have you got against London?
Nothing.
There's thousands of Scousers down there.
Oh, the Scousers everywhere. Half of my class moved away. The first person I met in Spain was a Scouser.
Yeah, they're the ones with the get up and go. They're the ones with the vision, the ideas, the enthusiasm, the courage and the talent. They all filter out of Liverpool because the best opportunities are elsewhere. And all that's left is silt.
The country's gonna tip over if people keep moving down there. All them southerners will end up sliding into the channel.
You can be a success down there. You've got ideas and talent and enthusiasm.
I don't want to go.
Maybe you haven't got the ambition.
Don't talk to me about ambition.
You're scared you'll fail.
No, I started off in a car boot sales. I ended up with a pub, a club and a hairdressing salon, so don't tell me I've got no ambition.
You can do all that down there, on a bigger scale. You'll be a success, you will fit in.
Don't you want a family?
It is the 21st century, you can have a family and a career.
Yeah, and get someone else to look after the children.
Yes.
I've already done that once.
So it's about Harry?
Well, that's part of it. If I go down there with you, I'll never see him again.
He's not your child.
He's got my eyes.
Susanna could move to Mongolia tomorrow.
Well, I'd miss him. And I'd miss me mum and dad.
You're an adult, you move on.
And I have Rachel.
You speak to them on the phone, you see them at Christmas.
And Casey.
Look, it's not so long ago that you two were pulling each other around by the hair.
Yeah, that's because we love each other.
Oh, and if I was to drag you round by the hair?
You wouldn't though, would you?
Well, of course I wouldn't.
You don't really lose your temper, do you?
What do you want me to do? Be a real man? Beat you around a bit?
No. But how come we've had so few arguments?
Because we get on so well. What, don't you think we do?
Yeah.
Then what's the problem?
I think...
What's on your mind?
Well, there's not a lot of...
What? A lot of what?
Passion.
I'm not passionate.
Well, you're very clever and funny and cool and dependable. You're a lovely person.
But I'm no good in bed.
I didn't mean that. It's just that, well, everyone else that I love, I always have blazing rows with them.
Yeah, well, you're on the verge of having one now.
Can you understand what I mean?
You don't want a husband, you want a sparring partner.
Did you argue with Sarah?
All the bloody time.
Before you got married?
Yes, and that didn't work out, so your theory's nonsense. If we don't argue much, then that's a good thing.
Maybe you're right.
I am. Jackie, we could have such a fantastic life together in London. There's no need for us to get married.
Where did the horse come from?
It's yours.
Are you trying to bribe me now?
It's a wedding present from Dad.
What would I do with a horse?
Watch it run. Trainer thinks it's got the potential to win the national one day.
Oh? So we could come up for that weekend then?
Does that mean you've decided to come with me?
No. It was supposed to be a joke. You people never get sarcasm, do you?
See, that fella left me out, surprise, surprise.
Oh, he probably just forgot.
Come on, he's got a cob on because I got more laughs in my speech.
Me and Mike have decided to take the honeymoon.
Good for you.
I want you to look after Beth.
What kind of a way is that to ask, Rach? What we're saying is, if you don't mind, and it's not a problem, then we'd be really grateful.
Rach, I can't.
Yes, you can.
I appreciate the gesture.
It's not a gesture.
How's it going to make you look if these accusations come out?
I don't care how I look. And I don't care about these accusations.
Can Katie or Ron do it?
Oh, yeah, they can help, but they're working during the day. You're the person that I trust the most to look after her properly. If you don't do it, we can't go on the honeymoon.
Ron keeps whinging on at me because my room's bigger than his and it's his house. But I was there first and there's no way I'm giving up my room and I'm going strong with Clint.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Fancy wrapping bacon around a prune? Waste a good bacon if you ask me.
I'll have a good shagley.
Stated out. Do you know what? I can honestly say it wouldn't bother me if I never saw them again in my life.
They'd say the same about you.
You will. I miss you, you know. And I know that I can be a bit of a nuisance sometimes, and I'll probably never change, but... Well, I was wondering now that we're talking again, is there any chance...
I am. Come on. We've got something to show you. Now, everyone, it's time to start the party. Now, get the others from the kitchen and we'll have a little sing-song, yeah?
Rachel had this quote from some fella in her service. And it said something like, marriage makes two fractions a whole. But I can't see how I'll be more whole living down there with you. Parts of me will be missing.
But if I go down there and you stay up here, won't another part of you be missing?
Yeah.
So it just comes down to which part is the most important.
Yeah.
Why did you agree to marry me in the first place?
I don't know. I've been having so much hassle with the club. Leaving it all behind seemed to be a fantastic idea. But now things have settled down a bit.
You're not so sure?
No.
You're not coming with me, are you?
No.
So is there any point in us staying together?
We're all getting over the Ron Dixon years. When you spend time with Ron, it all ends up in tears. But now we're much wiser, we all know the score. And we never will sleep with Ron Dixon no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will we sleep with Ron Dixon? Dixon. No, never, no more.
That's not funny, you know. There's no need for that.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more.
I hope it wasn't too unpleasant a journey.
Not at all.
It wasn't too uncomfortable there, squashed in the back.
Well, just a little.
When I get back from the toilet. I won't be a minute.
All right, Doc. This is a non-singing cue.
Yeah, just waiting for Susanna.
Ah, she's been there for hours yet.
I'll have your stuff sent on.
Thanks.
What should we do about the presents?
I suppose you should just send them all back.
Do you want the horse?
No. So what do we tell people when they ask? Who's done too?
We've dumped each other.
No one ever believes that.
Do you?
Yeah?
Well then.
It won't be easy to explain to people.
It's taken us 5 hours to explain it to each other.
Well, why don't you tell all your crowd that I had an affair? And I'll tell all mine that you did. That'll save a lot of messing.
I couldn't do that.
Me neither.
I'll get someone to drive your car up.
Oh, it's okay.
It's miles away.
I'll do it myself.
Goodbye, then.
See ya.
My very first trip on an old steamship that was bound for Baltimore. I was 7 days sick and I just couldn't stick all the bobbing up and down. So I said to them, Jack, you better turn back to dear old Liverpool town. All together. I wish I was back in Liverpool, Liverpool town where I was born, where there ain't no trees, no scented breeze, no fields of waving corn, but there's lots of girls with peroxide curls, and the black and tans flow free. There's 6 in a bed by the old pier head, and it's Liverpool town for me.
Right, lover boy, I want this filling today.
I wonder if you might consider counselling along with the medication.
Counselling? No.
Look at me. Stabbed. Victimised. Well, I won't become a victim, Bev.
It's rubbish, mate. It's absolute rubbish.
Next week, Tuesday's Brookside moves to Wednesday with a 1-hour special from 8:30. And in its place, you can see Location, Location, Location.
You okay?
Yeah?
Make us a coffee, will you?
Right, lover boy, I want this filling today.
What, from here?
You wish.
Nah, sorry, love. Can't do it today.
You'll have to. They need to know how many sperm you've got and whether they're strong or wimps.
Half term, love.
The kids will be going out, so it'll just be me and you if you need a hand.
But it just seems so clinical.
Doesn't have to be. Let's do it.
Mum, what's a stud?
Do you think you can knock next time?
Sorry. So, what is this stud thing?
Is Clint called?
Only twice.
Any message?
Tell her I love her loads.
Oh.
You won't go rushing into anything, will you?
It's not serious.
That's what our Jackie used to say. Look at the mess she's in.
It was best that they didn't tie the knot, though, wasn't it?
We shouldn't have gone that far, love. I wouldn't mind, but the wedding was even announced in the Times.
The Bootle Times?
No, the Times. Ah, I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, it was dead embarrassing for you.
I'm over any embarrassment. I just feel sorry for her.
She's all right.
Poor thing. You know, all I wanted to do was just get hold of her and give her a big hug.
You'll still do that. Do you think she's really let you down?
Yeah, well, I'll see her. Let her know I'm the least of her worries.
I think she's hungry, you know.
Do you mind doing it?
Hey, Rachel asked you to look after her, not me.
Yeah, no, but me hand in there.
And how Jackie Dicko's feeling, eh, Mick?
Probably won't show her face for the next few days.
I'd have well kicked off if I was her.
What would be the point?
Getting me the show off like that would have well burnt me brain out.
Yeah, don't I know her?
What?
Nah, never mind. So what's you on, Sin? This hot pot and banana food do?
What?
Which baby food?
Oh, whatever.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. Fine. Hey, listen, I'm going to need a hand on the windows today.
It's my day off.
Come on, I'm going to need some help.
Oh, yeah, feeding babies and now doing the windows.
Are you going to help or not?
Yes, keep your head on.
I'll be ready in a minute, Dad.
Listen, I'm going to have to get her sorted now when she's finished and take her down to Auntie and see if she'll look after her for us.
Oh, yeah, he's passing the buck again, eh?
I just need some help, that's all.
So, what's happened to my cuppa then?
It's in the pot.
Do I detect a cold shoulder?
No,
What's up?
nothing.
You hungover?
A little bit.
But that's not the problem.
Might be.
Look, Bev, I care about you. If there's something wrong, I want to fix it. Bev?
I'm starting to feel cheap.
Hold on. It's me that feels cheap. Coming here having you look after me. And what do I give you for it? Nothing. Why? Because I've got nothing. You're there, cool businesswoman. Look at me. Stabbed. Victimized. Well, I won't become a victim, Bev. Maybe it's time I moved on.
Look, you don't have to go, you know.
I'm starting to feel really bad about myself. And if you think I make you feel cheap...
I was just in a bit of a mood before.
I don't want to overstay my welcome.
Look, I love you being here.
And I love being here. But I don't want you to think that I'm using you.
Hey, Raymundo Mondo, the almucker.
Hello, lad. You're full of the joys of spring.
Do you know something? You know when I was teaching, I taught my kids some fantastic war poems. You know about that Wilf Owen fella? And there was this cracker of a one. You know about the young soldiers not returning? I mean, it was sad and that, but it was a great poem. Well, me, I feel as if I have returned.
Well, you're certainly more your old self, isn't he, Ray?
Yeah, the old Jimmy's back.
Oh, it's good to be alive, mate. Good to be alive. Right, must go.
Abyssinia.
It's Ethiopia nowadays, isn't it?
Well, he certainly seems a lot better, doesn't he?
Sin.
Yeah?
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
It's just like, he's been a bit touchy, like, and...
Look, I need to ask you something.
Go ahead.
Do you trust me?
You what?
Do you trust me?
Trust? I let you live here, don't I? I mean, if I didn't trust you, I wouldn't.
Look, do you know me enough to really trust me? I mean, that I'm not some sort of maniac.
A maniac? I think you've got a screw loose now and again, but... What the hell's going on?
Just answer me.
You're a sound bloke. At best. You've been like a father to Rachel. And I'd like to think that if anything happened to me, I'd be happy up there knowing that you'd be around to see Arlie or Janet or any problem.
Thanks, mate.
Don't worry if your dog has bad breath. You can always clean its teeth.
Do you have to keep reciting such disgusting things?
May I use your toothbrush if you don't be quiet?
That's enough, Aunt.
As soon as they go out, you know.
Rude to whisper.
If your dog is a toy breed, it should be positioned on the block to give it the required height.
He's doing this on purpose. Can't you just read about how to comb the hair or something?
Do you know what I mean, Dad?
I'll explain later.
Getting your dog neutered.
Anthony, go and wait in there till Elliot's mum calls for you.
He's not coming. They're going out now.
I'm not stuck in with Bart Simpson, am I?
Aren't you going out either?
Got too much in work.
There's no chance of me filling that specimen jar now.
You'll find a quiet moment.
Not another word.
Today, and get it round the docks as soon as poss.
Hey, Doc.
Didn't expect to see you up and bouncing around.
That stuff you gave me would have been double diamond in the old days.
Beg your pardon?
Double diamond works wonders. Double diamond works wonders. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I feel mega.
Are you taking the correct dosage?
Well, wouldn't know. You prescribed it.
Well, I just didn't expect such a quick or dramatic effect.
Well, it's only doing what it's supposed to, innit?
Well, it usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks to work.
Well, there you go. I'm a wonder of medical science.
Yeah. Listen, I wonder if you might consider counselling along with the medication.
Counselling? No.
Well, I feel it might help.
Oh, yeah. Counsellor, a mate of yours, is he, hey? Putting a bit of business his way? No, me and Jackie are made up. I'll see you.
Yeah.
It's arrived at last.
All right, what is it?
Argentinian red.
Oh, decent price.
Until it catches on. Shall we have a little taste?
Yeah. Hey, bet there was loads of wine left at Jackie and Nathan's do.
Yeah, well, maybe they can get it refunded or something, your insurance.
Yeah, big embarrassment to the parents, will we?
Yeah, I felt really sorry for them.
Hey, but, it was good us being together, though, wasn't it? Eh? Out there in public, nothing to hide from anybody.
Yeah, no Max breathing down our necks.
Got you all to myself, at least. To us.
You've got to have the top off ready.
Took your top off, it might help. Well, you're not going to stand there and watch, are you?
Oh, of course not. I'll go and keep those two occupied. Dad?
Yeah, won't be a minute, love. Take it downstairs.
Just take it easy.
Hiya. What's going on?
Nothing.
It's hard, Anthony. I'm trying to do George Clemenceau in the League of Nations, and he's going on about dogs with big heads having to have cesareans. You'll have to have a word.
Oh, we're gonna have to scrub round this today.
I'll take those two out. You get on with it.
You've got to get into the corners, lad.
I am doing.
Yeah, but you do ours like that, you'll only be getting out off your feet.
God, this is hard work, you know.
Hard work, hard work. Listen, when I was your age, I used to clean windows for my Uncle Ernest. Then I went back to the timber yard for overtime. That is what you call hard work.
Aye, Ray. How long has Soft Lad been doing the windows?
He started this morning, I think.
Oh, yeah. The other fella too idle to do them himself, is he?
Oh, I can't say. Listen, I'm sorry to hear about your daughter's wedding not going through.
Yeah. Mind you, when something like that happens, you know, it makes you think about what's going on in your own life, doesn't it?
Yeah. You touched on a couple of raw spots, did you?
Well, despite our Jackie not wanting to get itched, it's made me think of settling down again, you know. It can be a lonely slog on your own.
Yeah, I felt that when my missus died. But being with Jesse's, it's done me good.
So you're going to be walking her up the aisle, are you?
Oh, no. After 30-odd years of my last marriage, no, I've learnt my lesson.
Jesse's always struck me like someone who wouldn't mind settling down, huh?
Well, not with me, though.
What are you talking about? A good-looking, sexy woman like Jessie? Hey, fellas, I give the right hand to have a slow foxtrot on their dance sheet. Come to think of it, I might even start polishing my own dance shoes up.
Yeah, well,
You want to be careful, you know, Raymond, that she doesn't get snaffled up by somebody who's looking for something a bit longer term.
I'll try something new.
Ooh, looks delicious. What veg are you going to put with it?
Oh, a bit of spinach, some glazed carrots would do. I'll put it on as a special tonight.
It's really lovely.
Well, it's made with you in mind. You know, wholesome, but with a touch of spice around the edges, eh? I tell you, I can't believe how well we got on together, you know.
Well, good food is the way to any woman's heart, especially food this good.
Food to woo a woman with.
To working.
I suppose the thing is, you can have some more of that.
Is there any more?
No, I don't mean that. I mean, well, you know, all this wedding talk's got me thinking, like, and, well, I could do a brilliant wedding breakfast. What?
Oh, God, for a minute I thought you were proposing.
Hey. As if.
The last thing we need to hear is wedding bells. I've been down the aisle twice, and that's quite enough for anybody.
Are you still here?
I think so.
Don't you be hard-faced. You've been ages.
Yeah, well, I've had to take your dinner out, haven't I?
2 hours more, like.
Doesn't matter, as long as you're getting your windows clean.
Yes, it does, because the squeaking of that chamois is putting me off me work.
Well, sorry. So, did you do well with all that great granny stuff then, eh?
Yes, thank you very much. Small business, big contract, lots of dosh.
Oh, lucky you, eh?
Hey, there's no luck about it, sunshine. I'm an entrepreneur, a self-made man, and I've still got time to become a millionaire. As indeed you might be, if you get some work done. So come on, no streaks and all the corners done.
God, yous are all obsessed about your corners, aren't you?
All right, love.
Did you see Jackie?
Yeah, she's all right.
It's a pity she couldn't go on holiday or something.
She'd have been on one long one, wouldn't she, moving down to London? That would have suited her right down to the ground.
She didn't want to go to London and leave all her mates.
What, you mean you, like?
I suppose so.
And now you're tucked up with Clint?
Yeah.
I'll never understand women, me.
I think it's my fault.
No, of course it wasn't, love, no. Do you mind?
Sorry, Mr. Dixon.
But what about Cuba?
Oh, will it be hot?
Yeah, yeah, the beaches are great, and there's loads to do around the island.
Well, let's get some brochures.
I'll get down there right now. I'll see you later for the evening tea.
OK, bye.
See you later.
Well, everything seems to be OK, Mike. If you'll just take everything upstairs. No, it's these double doors here. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, fine. You?
Great, yeah. Look, about what happened at the wedding, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think we both had a bit too much champagne, don't you?
Yeah, that'd be it. And you are in a relationship with Mick Johnson, and he is a chef.
So?
Well, he has a lot of sharp knives.
Mick and I have a casual, open relationship. It's just a bit of fun, that's all.
Whereas, well, I've just come out of something that wasn't so casual. So, I think it's probably best if what happened at the wedding doesn't happen again.
Oh, well, of course, that goes without saying. Bye.
Bye.
You scared me half to death then.
Sorry, mate. Hey, window cleaners are like priests, aren't they? They see all kinds, but don't say anything.
Yeah, good one. Well, if you don't mind, I'll just close these and get dressed, OK? Oh, and by the way...
Don't forget the corners.
Ugh, those flaming books.
You and your problems.
You're not kidding me. Listen, I've been thinking about you and what you said before about feeling completely useless and that.
I think I said cheap, but go on.
Well, I could do with a hand here.
Do you?
Well, you know, Salaman, collecting glasses and that.
Me?
Well, it'd make you feel like you're part of things.
Yeah, but bar work kind of puts me in the public eye too much.
What do you mean?
Well, I know I said I wasn't going to become a victim, but being stabbed does make you a bit wary. One eye over the shoulder and all that.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I shouldn't have asked you, really.
Well, it's okay. I don't want you to think that I'm not interested in work.
Need to find someone, then. Well, I suppose best get back. Work on these books. That computer.
What about it?
Well, I can't even turn it on.
Look.
Hey, Ben. Hi. Listen, I was just wondering, I don't suppose you've got any vacancies here, have you? It's just I know this kind of business and...
Sorry, don't need anyone at the moment.
Oh, right, OK. Well, never mind. I'll probably get something in here. Or down the jobby. Right, see ya.
He sounds ideal.
I don't like him.
You're the boss.
Well, I suppose I best go and strain my brain on these books.
Hold on. VAT accounts, spreadsheets. It's my field.
What are spreadsheets?
A business tool. It'd make me feel really useful if you'd let me help out with your VAT accounts.
Are you sure?
It's the perfect solution. You take care of the customers, and I'll run the accounts.
You are an angel.
Marty!
All right.
You're not rushing off, are you?
Well, I was.
I was wondering how the dog was doing, you know.
Oh, great.
What's going on over there? Any idea?
Oh, I see. No, look, I better get going, all right?
Sorry.
Oh!
Sorry, mate.
Hey, you don't walk a lad around a corner like that. You're going to poke his eye out.
Yeah, well, I said I was sorry. It's only a letter anyway.
Just my luck.
Well, anyway, I've just remembered something, so I've got to go.
It's nothing important, is it?
Nothing that can't be replaced.
So, Basque and suspenders, all right, Jess, but that's our little secret, all right?
It's safe with me.
Good girl.
See you tomorrow.
Ta-ra. Hello, Ray. Everything all right? Yeah, brilliant. Good man.
What's that doing there?
I don't know. It's been there for half an hour or so now.
I bet it's that Tim up to no good.
What was all that stuff about with you and Ron?
Oh, I just had to take my timesheets round.
No, I mean that stuff about the basque and all that.
Oh, a client. But you heard. It's a secret.
You get on well with him, do you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've had a few run-ins with him about this and that. But he's getting better.
You like working with him, then?
Oh, yeah. In fact, the more I work with him, the more I realise what a nice fella he is.
Sin?
Some of the busy's here.
Yeah.
Why? What did they want?
They were here to see you.
What about?
Look, I've got to ask you something.
What?
You know, this morning when you said you trusted me.
And I said yes. Sin, I've told you, you're one of the kindest people I know. If anything, sometimes too kind.
They want to come back and interview you.
Con, you've lost me now.
Andrew, you know, who I help in school. And that's it, Mick. I help, that's all I do. I sit with him and encourage him. And he's getting better, you know. His schoolwork, and his marks are getting better and that. And he's a good kid. He trusts me. And I thought everything was okay until...
What's happened to him?
It's rubbish, Mick. It's absolute rubbish. I've been accused of sexually abusing him.
You want to keep an eye on Jessie? It's like a rat up a drain pipe where women are concerned.
Oh, right, so you just starve yourself until he put me inside.
I'm telling you, man, this Dave's bad news.
Don't mess me around, Ron. No job yesterday. Today you've got one. Got me written all over it.
Look, shops and credit cards and getting revenge on Susanna, that's one thing. But this, why?
Stay tuned for details of the Brookie 1 hour programme in a minute. Next, it's Location, Location, Location.
Eat.
I'm not hungry.
You didn't eat your tea last night?
I wasn't hungry then either.
You've got to eat something, son.
I don't want to.
Oh, right, so you just starve yourself until, well...
Until he put me inside.
Look, it won't come to that. You wouldn't touch a kid, would you, Sin?
No.
Right, well, you keep that fixed in your head, because the business will give you a hard time for sure. It's their job. You're a good man, Sin. Now eat.
Come on, I said sit.
The dog shouldn't be in the kitchen.
Should have got a St. Bernard, a holy dog.
Take it out of the kitchen.
Hey, Mum doesn't mind.
I don't mind what? Hey, come on, get this dog out of the kitchen.
Hey, kill you.
Anthony, what are you doing?
I must have slipped.
Behave.
Should have left him in the orphanage.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, mate. Any juice in?
Fridge, love.
Any chance of anyone putting some bacon up for us while I jump in the shower?
Well, why don't you just come right out and ask me?
Nice one, sis.
Right, I'm off to the salon.
How's my dad today?
It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, why?
Just wondered.
He's not just fine. He's wonderful. And you behave for your brother and sister.
Have you got your St. Christopher medal on?
I'm only going to the salon.
Well, in that case, I'll have to bless you.
I haven't got time, love. But,
I've just saw that Katrina one who runs the nursery.
Oh, why are you sweating?
I think she looked at me as I ran past, you know.
Sounds like you ran out of your way.
She's worth it.
So you did then?
I'm gonna get the shower.
Steve, do you think my dad's okay?
How do you mean?
I think there's something up with him.
Your mum just said he was sound.
I don't believe her. They were whispering all yesterday.
Oh, stop worrying. My dad's fit.
Is that all you're having for breakfast, love?
Gotta watch me figure.
It's the most important meal of the day, you know, breakfast. Isn't it, Jerome? What? Breakfast. Most important.
Yeah.
You can take your books to revise today.
I'm in work.
I know, you can look at them during your breaks.
Oh, there's no need to. I know it all.
Oh, so it's going to be all A stars then, is it?
I hope so, yeah.
I should take a look if I were you. You don't want to panic when you first turn the exam papers over, do you?
I won't panic.
Emily, can you turn that music down, please?
It's my favourite tape.
Right, I'm going to work.
Well, that means that we can have it back on, doesn't it?
Aren't you going to be late?
Oh, God, yeah. I'm meant to be in work.
Right, I'm walking over with you. And you've got French next week so you can revise.
Listen, I don't need to. I know it all.
OK. Voulez-vous petit déjeuner? Revision. Come on.
Nikki, wait. Listen, we need to give ourselves a bit of space from here. It's cracking me up.
Look, you know we can't move out yet.
Yeah, I'm cool about that now, but I'm just saying, do you fancy going on holiday, just the two of us?
Nikki, come on.
I can't leave here yet. I'm sorry. See you later.
All right. Hey, son.
Yeah?
If this situation's been going on for a couple of weeks, how come we didn't let on?
Well, it took a week for it to sink in. Even now, it seems unreal.
Can't believe you kept it to yourself.
Well, I did tell Rachel.
Oh, didn't you trust me?
It's not that. I trust you like you trust me. It's just that, well, you don't know how hard it is telling someone a thing like this.
I'm not someone. I'm your busy mate. Next time, tell me.
Tell you what?
Nose.
Well, there's two nosies. That's why the busies were here yesterday.
Busies?
Yeah, the plod. It's just that Emily's nan said that there was a squad car outside here yesterday.
Oh, that?
Yes, so?
Someone did a hit and run in a car like mine, and they're checking around to see where the driver was on the day of the accident.
And where were you?
It's at the restaurant.
And what time was the hit and run?
All right, Inspector Morse. Less of the third degree.
So you haven't come out of your knock, then, eh?
Sorry. Come get me ladders.
Oh, is your hand all right now, is it?
I'm worried about my hand. I just want to get out of here.
Hey, what's up with him? I've never seen him like this before.
That's just all the stuff with Rachel and the wedding on it, you know.
What's he gonna be like when something serious comes on top, then, eh?
Yeah, I'll get that dye.
Thanks. Cheryl, Emily, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Haven't you got lovely hair?
Oh, it gets really grease-bound.
Don't you know any good hairdressers?
Are you two mates then?
We were next door neighbours for years.
Well, how come you come all this way to take your hair done?
Well, dye's marvellous. And, of course, there's the discount.
Yeah, but isn't that cancelled out by the taxi fare and everything?
No one understands my hair like Di does. Personal service.
So what do you want doing then, Shez?
Oh, just cut and blow. Make me look gorgeous.
Facelift as well, then.
Is she like
You're off on holiday, then?
Oh, and I can't wait to accentuate me beauty.
Nick?
Oh, yeah. Sandy won't be 1 minute.
All right.
Got a great plan.
All right.
Dead simple.
Well, it will be if it's one of yours.
Yeah. No, listen, right. If we can't leave your Emily while we shoot off abroad for our holiday, then why don't we just bring her with us?
Big problem.
What?
She'd never be able to afford it.
So, we're going to be looking at all the shifts.
Who's we?
Myself and Dave.
What's going on?
We're just reviewing all the shifts.
Why?
Because of Euro 2000 football and the Olympics coming up in September.
And how does that affect us?
Well, Dave thinks it might be a good idea if we get a big screening.
Well, has he thought about us in case it all kicks off?
I'm sure that's all part of his plan. Anyway, for the moment, we're advertising for part-time staff. Any questions? Right, chop chop, back to work.
Dave this, Dave that.
It's winding me up, man. Him strutting round the place dishing out orders.
It's bad enough with Leanne yapping on.
And you know what comes after shift review, don't you? Wage review. I'm telling you, man, this Dave's bad news.
Hiya.
Oh, there you are.
I'm sorry about letting you down last night. I
Only takes a phone call.
had some heavy stuff to sort out.
What, too heavy to pick up the phone, so I can't make it?
Look, Susanna, you don't understand.
Well, why don't you explain and perhaps I will?
I can't. It's sort of secret. I'd be betraying a confidence.
Oh, you don't trust me enough to tell me a secret?
It's got nothing to do with whether I trust you.
Oh, yes, it has. What else matters in relationships apart from trust? We make commitments to each other. Listening into a private conversation.
Well, it was hardly private. I could hear your lover's tiff from the flat.
All right, Max, don't lay it on me.
And what can I do for you?
I've come to see my children. I've got some new swimming gear for them.
They're in the garden.
Great. On their own?
In a playpen and safe.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, Relate, they do an excellent conciliation service.
Don't push it, Max. Well, I better go and supervise lunch. Bye.
Bye.
Your tests were clear then? Yeah. We're just waiting for Marty's sperm test results. What a laugh, though, Chess. This little specimen jar of me fella trying to find a quiet moment on his own.
You let him do it on his own, did you?
The kids were in.
Oh, well, fingers crossed she's get sorted.
Right, Diane, Mrs. Winters is ready for a cut now.
OK, you don't mind if Em takes over, do you, Shez?
No, you carry on, love.
2 washes and a good conditioning, Em.
OK. So, we're off to on your house then?
Maggle, love. I'm going a la carte.
Oh, is that eating outside?
No, that's very posh food, love.
Oh, great. And how long are you going for?
Oh, 2 sun-drenched weeks.
I can't believe that. Yesterday there was no job, today they're asking for staff.
Do a step back, though, innit, Jim?
I need the work, don't I?
Well, you remember what happened last time you worked here, don't you? All that lumber, Brian Kennedy, the drugs and everything.
Yeah, well, maybe this is my chance to start again. Those are 6 and I'm off.
Mind you, I can talk. Back on the windows.
No, I. No way you've always got a job on you these days, is it?
Give us a break, Jim. Tim, here's a bucket of water, will you?
In a better mood, yeah?
Fantastic, you.
Fancy a drink, Jimmy?
No, I've come about that job in the window.
Oh, fancy a bit of slave labour, eh?
I don't care, I'm not bothered. It's a job.
There you go.
Well, good luck, Jim.
Hi, Bev. I've come up at the job in the window.
Coffee and tuna salad, please.
The job.
Yeah, bit of a coincidence, that, isn't it, eh? No job yesterday, today you've got one. Got me written all over it.
You see, the thing is, I know all about your past.
Yeah, well, I've put all that behind me now.
Yeah, well, we've all got good memories round here. Once a thief.
You see, if it wasn't for the drugs and the dealing...
Bev, I don't do drugs. I've been punished for dabbling. Lost my son to them. I've changed.
Do you expect anyone to believe that? You're right, Bev. Don't give him the job. That till will be empty by the weekend.
Jimmy, I'll give you a chance.
Are you crackers?
If you want the job, you start immediately.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, and no cock-ups. I'll get in the office, we'll talk money. Come on. Come on.
You OK?
My dad can't get me to model a job, so I'm trying to get a cab.
I'll take you.
What?
You're Katrina, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm Steve. I've just moved in over the road from your mate, Nicky. And, well, if I can help.
You don't know how far I'm going.
It's okay. I'm only on a revision day for my mechanics exam, so... My mum works in the hairdressers. It's sound.
You sure you don't mind?
I'll bring the car round.
Oh, great, thanks. 20 minutes, okay?
I'll be here.
Nice one.
So, start from here and make sure all the tangles are out. And you don't say things like, oh, you've got some grey here. Just diplomatically suggest a tint or rinse.
OK, well.
Hey, Di, would you be able to drop in at my place while I'm away?
It's a bit awkward being here.
Well, don't you in every day?
Oh, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, I'll drop in a set of keys.
What about the alarm you've had fitted?
It's only a dummy box.
It's a bit risky, isn't it?
Yeah, well, who pays any attention to them nowadays?
No protection from the burglars, eh?
Steve!
Hi. I've just dropped the children off at the nursery. I was coming up to see you.
Oh, coming to stir things up, were you?
I've come to apologise.
Oh, humility isn't usually your strong point.
I shouldn't have said what I said.
And what's behind this?
Well, I don't think it's very good for the children if you and I are loggerheads.
How mature.
And if you and Mick are having teething problems, you don't want me stirring things.
We're not having teething problems.
Well, it looked like it from where I was.
Well, I should tell you that things are going extremely well. So well, in fact, that Mick and I have discussed marriage. Bye.
How much longer, Steve? I'm going to be late.
It's okay. Problem? It's the carb.
And I've got to be in a modelling job in half an hour.
Can I help?
Yeah, hold this a minute.
No, I mean, can I give you a lift if you need it?
Would you? It's only a Southport.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? Come on, let's go.
All right, I'll see you around.
Why don't you come with us? You did us a big favour there. I was really grateful. Come on, it'll be a laugh. No one can nick that, can they?
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey. See you they're employing in here now? Oh, he's got a job. Unbelievable, isn't it?
He needs something to occupy himself.
Yeah, so a mailbags might do. Oh, come on, don't be hard on him. He's had a tough time. Pull up all over your eyes and all. Hello, mate.
Raymond, don't kid her. What do you think?
Marvellous, isn't it?
My Jackie's over the moon.
I bet she is. A pint tomorrow, please.
You'll have to ask our Timmy. I'm not on sales.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it.
Ray, can I pick your brains?
Oh, it'll take you years, lad.
I'm looking for somewhere to take Nikki and Emily on holiday.
How much have you got to spend?
Well, we haven't got much, otherwise Emily can't afford it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're looking at a boat in a caravan or a camping holiday.
A boat? Him?
Well, how much do you reckon a caravan holiday would be?
Well, it's cheap if you borrow mine.
That thing?
Look, just butt out, will you?
It's there if you want it, lad.
Yeah, thanks, Ray.
It was very nice of you to give Jimmy a job.
Well, there's some round here who don't want them, but I think everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah, he wasn't too keen, was he?
He bears a grudge for far too long, that one.
Weren't you and him,
Pint of mild, sir.
Oh, sir?
Me and Dave thought it was a nice touch.
Weren't you and Ron married?
Do I look that stupid?
Not at all.
Well, we lived together for a while, and it was okay, like, but, well, to be honest with you, he's got a bit of a roving eye.
Yeah, I knew it.
What?
I've had this feeling that he's been after Jessie.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. It's like a rat up a drain pipe where women are concerned. You want to keep an eye on Jessie, otherwise he'd be tempting her down the British Legion for bingo and a sausage roll.
How would you check if you thought someone was sick?
Ask them.
And if they wouldn't tell you?
Be really crafty. Look for things like, I don't know, doctor's prescriptions or pills or something like that, tablets. I was talking to your ex-next-door neighbour before. Is it Cheryl?
In there?
Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she? She brought me a Blessed Virgin back from Lourdes, you know.
No, him.
So, did you see a lot of her?
Yeah, I used to go in hers after school if my mum was out.
All right. She lives in, Kenmare Road, isn't it?
No, Meadow Bank.
Number 57 it was. All right. Must have been really nice having such lovely neighbours. Yeah, except for to the side. Mr. Adams, he was called number 59. 59, eh? Yeah, he was a heretic.
Can you shut up?
Oh, leave him alone. He's great, aren't you, mate? Anyway, see you later. Number 55.
Max, you're a star. You've saved my modelling career. I can't afford to get a reputation for being late.
Hiya, you must be Katrina.
So sorry I'm late.
So, you box?
Yeah, I've got ABAs later this year.
It's hard training, though, isn't it?
That's just it is, yeah.
I'm doing a couple of half marathons. Any chance of me coming on a training run with you?
If you think you can keep up.
It gets worse. It's a family ad and the male model hasn't turned up.
Oh, you're joking.
He's going to have to cancel the shoot.
Oh, well, hang on. I mean, here's a fit young man. Won't he do?
Me?
Yes.
I could ask. I mean, you're good looking enough.
No, wait, Katrina.
Yes?
Windows.
What about them?
All right. Please, may I have the money for the windows?
Can you come back later? I'm a bit busy.
Don't mess me around, Ron.
All right, all right. What's wrong with you?
Come on, leave it, son.
He's a narc, isn't he?
And he's winding me up.
I was joking.
Hey, look, you don't know what he's going through, Ron.
Yeah, about a ton of pies a day by the look of it.
Hey, come on, son, look, leave it.
Can you take a joke?
Look, just cool it, mate. You're gonna end up getting locked up.
I'm losing it.
No, you're not. Look, this will all blow over. Just don't do anything rash while you're waiting to get it sorted, all right? It's gonna be dead cheap, so we'll all be able to afford it.
Is it a holiday camp?
It's cheaper. Ray's gonna sort it for us.
We Andre?
Yeah. We're going on holiday in Ray's caravan.
Oh, this is a sin.
What commandment?
I just know it is.
Anthony, this might be something.
I don't want to look. If I look, I'll be a sinner.
Oh, my God.
Hey, no, that's a sin.
Shut up, this is serious. I knew he was ill. It's a hospital appointment.
I'm sorry, Steve. He doesn't want to use you.
I'm glad the lad's in the gym, but they ripped me to bits.
Oh, shame. Oh, well, never mind. I tried for you. So, back to Liverpool?
Well, he did have another suggestion.
Oh, yeah?
The photographer thinks it'd be really good if the male in the photos was a bit of a family man, mature type. He suggested you.
Me? A model?
He'll show you what to do. Come on, it's easy. You're just about the right height and everything.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you what was going on last night.
That's what's hard for me to understand.
I've sworn that I wouldn't tell a soul.
Max carried on for so long behind my back that when I found out, it knocked my confidence.
You don't have to feel in any way suspicious.
I get insecure. I need you to trust me with everything.
What?
I mean, you've got a little job.
Is it better than working for Bev?
No, listen, one of the customers at the salon, she's going on holiday. So she's going to want to buy the place.
Yes, so she's going to let us?
Well, she's not going to know. We're going to break in.
What for?
I don't know, for jewellery or CDs or whatever.
No.
You lost your bottle?
No, it's just that we don't know anything about the place.
I do. She told me all about it.
Forget it.
Listen, it'll be a toddle.
Look, shops and credit cards and getting revenge on Susanna, that's one thing. But this, why?
Because it'll be a bus.
Screwing a house.
Look, Tim, I'm 16, I'm working in a monkey salon, scrubbing people's greasy heads. Either do it with me or we're finished.
Whatever it is, it's clearly disturbing you.
Too right. My head's cabbaged. I hardly slept last night.
What have you done?
That's not me.
Sinbad is in trouble.
Sinbad, what's he done?
If I tell you about this, it's just between me and you.
Absolutely.
It'd be a real load off my mind if I can't tell you about it.
And tell me.
He's been going to deaf school, as you know. Helping with this lad, Andrew. He's a lovely lad, I've met him. Gets on great with Sinbad. Well, he's made this allegation.
What kind of allegation?
Well, he says he's been abused by Sinbad.
What happened? Did he hit him or something?
All right. Sexual abuse.
Oh, no.
It's rubbish, all of it. Sinbad hasn't touched that lad. I know he hasn't, but he's in a right state. Susanna, you can't tell a soul about this. No one can know. Keep you from Susanna, son.
If I can't trust you, who can I trust?
You know, I've always seen myself as a bit of an anchor.
It may not be Nathan, but it is rich and sweet.
Oh. So you're just saying that we just do nothing?
Do you think they're up to something?
Guilty conscience.
Do you mind if I kissed you now?
Brookside fans should know that from next week there are some changes. Instead of Tuesday and Wednesday episodes, you can now see 1 hour-long episode on Wednesday from 8:30. Next tonight, The Perfect Weekend. Is it too much to ask? Apparently so, from Monica and Chandler in Friends.
Morning, Princess.
You look tired.
You look a blooming picture.
Wish you didn't work so hard.
Want to let you and your little school friends all freeze to death, I suppose.
I just want you to look after yourself.
Get in the bathroom, soft girl. Your carriage leaves in half an hour.
What's wrong? It's dreadful about Sinbad.
What time is it?
Nearly 8. I'm looking on the children.
Hey, don't be worrying about Sinbad. It's all hokum. They'll blow over.
But for there to have been an accusation.
What?
Well, someone must think it's true.
No. Whoever came up with that is lying.
Why can you be sure?
He was helping this lad, Andrew. They were good friends.
Well, that's what I mean.
Sinbad is not a child abuser.
No, of course not. I didn't believe it for a minute.
I hope you mean that, Susanna. Because if you don't, we've got problems.
And in the bathroom, there's all kinds of pills.
Like what?
Temazepam.
But I thought that was when you can't sleep.
He's probably taking them because he can't sleep for worry.
Come on in, kids.
Thanks for the lift, Dad.
You're welcome. Although a great big fat tip would also be gratefully received. Come on.
A lot of people would have gone to bed and stayed there.
Yeah, well, nobody's died and we're all a bit wiser.
You seem to be coping well.
Thank you, Doctor.
Sorry.
At the centre today, are you?
Yeah.
Must be nice being so close. What time are you supposed to leave?
5 minutes ago. Are you going out today?
Suppose I should. The first step's the tricky one.
You'll know when you're ready. I'll see you later.
Okay, see you later. It's me. Where are you? He's coming down.
With you in a sec.
Oh, no, I'm all right, thanks.
Do you want to book an appointment?
No, I'm just...
Hiding from someone. Yeah. I can dye your hair for you if you're really desperate.
No, thank you. Sorry.
Oh, Victoria, stop me from committing violence, please.
Hi.
Max is officially the most selfish pig on the planet. He's made such a fuss because he got to have the children an hour longer than we arranged. They're popping in on Darren.
No, Jackie.
Oh.
I'm in a bit of a rush, actually.
Oh, if you see Max, give him a kick. If he wants equal access, he's got to have equal responsibility.
Okay.
Bye.
Ah, look who's back and dead brown. Oh, how are you, kid?
Still there if I close my eyes tight enough. Can I come in?
Yeah, of course you can. Easy, yeah.
Ron said he didn't take Beth. That Katie and Anthea took turns.
Yeah, she's all right, isn't she?
Yeah, hardly knew we'd gone, did you? I'm not cross, Sinbad. It's just, well, I can guess why.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's... I mean, what do you think people would think of you if this accusation got out?
But I believe in you.
Oh,
Go on.
Come on now. Hey? Yeah. It's just that, you know, something like this, you know, I mean, abusing a child, it's a nightmare.
It's all going to blow over.
What do you reckon?
Have you heard anything since you spoke to the police? Were they to charge you by now if they were going to?
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Hi, Rach. How was it?
Great, thanks.
Oh, a handsome bottle, son. Thank you very much.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, I'll keep that handy for special occasions. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Anthea was an angel. Take it on Beth like that after Sinbad dropped us all in it. We'd been, well, we'd been talking. You know, when she picked up Beth.
Nothing. Well, Katie did a bit as well, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, she helped out.
Where is she?
She's down the medical centre, I think, but Anthea was an absolute star. Believe me, she deserves a vote of thanks for all she's done.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to her. I'll tell her when I see her.
Where are you going?
Going to see our Jackie, give her a present. And Katie, you know, for looking after Beth.
Just a minute, son. I've had this idea, see, for Anthea, and I thought perhaps you could do me a favour.
What's that?
Well, she's going away with her sister next week, and I wanted to surprise her.
Just tell me where I come in.
Yeah, well, look, you know the way that Ray's got his loafers under Jessie's bed with the DIY and all?
No, I don't think it's like that, Dad.
Well, whatever. Listen, a through lounge.
You what?
But round at Anthea, she's got a wall that thick. You and me could bring it down, and hey presto, a new house.
And are you sure that's what she wants, like?
She's always wanted that, son. Believe me, she would be made up.
And making up's the idea, right?
Well, I just thought that we could, you know, show a bit of gratitude, like. Well, it worked for Ray.
I'll think about it.
Would you, son?
I've just said I will, didn't I? See you later.
Ta-da.
Sorry I sloped off at your wedding. I was being a real drama queen.
I think me and Nathan outdid you there.
So, how's it been?
Oh, you know, everyone's wrapped me in cotton wool. I've just kept up the way.
So I take it that you and Nathan have...
Oh, yeah. Where could you go from there? Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
I get panicky, though.
It's not surprising.
Maybe what we had, me and Nathan, was just right after all.
Oh, Jack.
Perhaps liking each other is what marriage is all about. Not too hot, nothing dangerous. Just friendship. Too late now.
I think I know what you need.
It may not be Nathan, but it is rich and sweet.
Oh, well, go on then.
Yeah, come in. So, how did it go with Maxie?
Oh, he swears he told me he was working today.
No.
He's jealous we're going away together.
So did he kick off?
Oh, yeah.
Look, why don't you leave the kids here while you go shopping?
Well, what we do when you go into the medical centre?
Somebody will look after them. You wouldn't mind, would you, son?
Yeah, oh, yeah, look, this is silly. Max will be fine. He's just making a fuss.
And he is a safe pair of hands after all, eh, mate?
Well, I'm sure Sinbad has better things to do.
Yeah.
Won't they miss you?
Having your assistants holding the fort. It'll do her good.
Female caretaker. What next?
Well, there's a change in place, Di. Wherever you look, women taking over.
Anthony's afraid they might elect a female pope. Reckons it might spoil his chances.
Is he all right?
What do you mean?
Found this in my lunchbox.
Looks like he's in fear for your mortal soul.
No, but it's more than that. Adele's been acting strangely lately, too.
Do you think they're up to something?
Guilty conscience.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nah. Guilt I can detect. I've got a built-in radar. Nah, it's something else. Hi, Katie.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I just wish it was permanent.
So is it good then? Oh, made up for you. Is Rach okay?
Yes, she's sound. Yeah, Katie, this is a thank you for looking after Beth.
You shouldn't have.
I bet you my dad never said anything. He's too busy trying to kickstart his love life, isn't he?
Anytime.
Hey, Katie, what's that? Manor Park's own public access cable channel.
Oh, yeah, I was going to take it down. Some fella who came in and left it.
All submissions considered. Local issues, local events, local entertainment.
Beats me why anyone would want to watch the goings-on round here.
Katie!
Oh, the master's voice.
Did I leave Mrs. Cooper's file out here?
There's nothing on the desk.
Damn, it's up in the flat. Right.
Listen, seeing as you want to take it down, can I nick it?
Be my guest.
If Wheeze has an ounce of what you and Dad had.
What?
Boiling passion.
You think?
Oh, come on, Victor, there's steam coming out your ears.
Well, Hardy loves young dream.
Yeah, OK. It's scary stuff, big ups and downs.
A person through hell.
When it's me and Nathan, on a walk in the country, I'll swap you any day of the week.
You can't have him.
Ah, see, you do love talent.
We're no good for each other, though.
After the men have gone, there is always chocolate.
Satisfying even when soft.
Oh, relax. Dan's got his own key.
Hiya, sis.
Hey, look who's back. Right.
Hiya, Victoria.
Bronzed Adonis. She needs cheering up.
How are you?
I'm fine. So come on then, where's my present?
There you go.
Aw, thanks, mate.
Do you know what, Jack? Your honeymoon was the best ever.
Please, hey, you've caught the sun.
I know, couldn't avoid it if it tried, and the water and the food was just...
How's Rachel?
Oh, she got a bit misty at times, you know, missing Beth, but she soon got over it.
Aw, I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, I'm just sorry it came about the way it did.
Yeah, well, you were right all along. We're all better off.
It's not about being right, it's about you being okay.
I'm okay.
Have some cake before we eat the lot.
No, I've got to get back to the wife.
Shut up.
Hey. I see, I turned my back and there's an instant party.
All right, Dylan.
Mike, bet you're sorry to be back.
Well, you know, see you later.
See ya.
So you two setting the world to rights?
Trying.
Don't let me stop you. I've just forgot something.
I trusted you. Why did you tell her?
She knew something was up.
It's none of her business.
I'm sorry.
How long have you been going with her? 5 bleeding minutes.
She knows the score.
I'm your best mate.
Look, she wouldn't let on.
Oh, don't give me that. It's my reputation on the line here.
She knows you're innocent.
Oh, obviously. But I'm not fit to go near her 2 kids, though, am I?
She's just being a bit overprotective, that's all.
One hint of this gets out, and it'll dog me for life. You know what people are?
I couldn't keep it from Susanna's.
If I can't trust you, who can I trust?
Everything okay?
Sure.
What are you doing to him?
Well, it worked when Anthea did it. Honestly, she was brilliant with this little one here. Your little face lit up, didn't it? Yes, it did.
Not just hers, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Little queen of the island.
Aye, you two. The honeymoon's over.
Back to real life.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at Manor Park, have you had any thoughts on giving us a hand then?
I have, actually. Have a look at this.
Public access? What's this, like Reader's Wives or something?
Homemade television.
I don't get it.
Well, what we do is we film ourselves giving Anthea's the big makeover, and then we capture the reaction when she gets back. You know, like that Carol Smiley. Makes for great TV.
Rude, what's that?
Well, think about it. It's the race against time. It's guiding the viewer with your blow-by-blow pieces to camera.
Do you mean like presenting?
Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah, you know, I've always seen myself as a bit of an anchor.
But why won't you tell me?
Can't be sure.
Well, here's me dad.
I looked it up on the net at school.
So what's wrong with him?
I think it may be cancer.
What do you know?
He's over 40.
And so are lots of people.
The stress factor in incidents of bowel carcinoma cannot be overemphasised.
What?
We all know how hard he works, not to mention the house move. Then there's all them chemicals he handles in his job.
You reckon?
Be a miracle if he hasn't got it.
It just could be an upset stomach or something.
Why is it so secret?
So what do we do?
They're both hiding it from us. I hate that. But if it's what they want, we've got to respect them.
So you're just saying that we just do nothing?
No. It's up to us to show him all the love and support we can from now on. Cancer. It's a killer. Comes just behind heart disease and the causes of death top 10. It's going to mean chemotherapy, radiation treatment, all sorts of drugs. Going to have to be really strong for him.
Do you think we'll be orphans?
What?
You know, if my dad dies, do you think we'll be orphans?
We'll have our mum.
But she's not our mum. Not really.
She's the only mum I'd ever want.
Do you think she's dead?
Who?
Not me and Mum. Jan. Steve thinks she's dead.
He needs to think that.
What do you mean?
He's older than us. He was already a teenager when she walked out and then disappeared. I don't remember as clearly as Steve did.
I don't remember it at all.
Exactly. He spent a lot of time with her. He can't believe that she'd just do one and never get in touch. It's easier for him to think of her as being dead than having her abandon him.
What about you?
What about me?
You must remember her. Do you think about her?
Not much. Not anymore.
So do you think she's dead?
Don't really have an opinion. She's not our mum anymore.
Mrs. Casey said that Jan was our biological mother.
Look, Aunt. Being a parent isn't only about biology. It's about loving and caring. You were the one who bought Di that mug.
World's best mum.
Did you mean it?
You know I did.
There you go then. We've got a mum and a dad.
Who's sick?
Yeah.
Why hasn't he told us?
He's looking after us. He doesn't think we'll be able to cope with the truth.
Suppose.
Don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Just want to throw my arms around him and tell him it'll be all right.
I'll pray for them.
Good.
Will you pray too?
No. I'll leave the praying up to you. You're the expert.
Okay.
You on the doctors?
Yeah.
Listen, what I said before, let's forget it, eh?
I shouldn't have told her.
No, I overreacted big style.
No, I messed up. I made you a promise that I went straight ahead and broke it.
I'm just worried. Mud sticks. You know, guilty until proven innocent and all that.
Hey, this'll all blow over. I know it will.
Hope you're right.
I am. I'm sure of it. You haven't done anything wrong.
Why is this happening to me, eh? All I wanted to do was help.
Yeah, I know.
He seems so lost and lonely. Now he's turned on me.
He's had a hard time. Who knows what's going on inside his head?
Yeah, but Mick, an allegation like that, kid wouldn't just make it up.
I suppose not.
You don't sound so sure.
A kid like that? You don't know how angry he might be deep down inside.
If I could just talk to him.
No, you can't. You just gotta sit tight. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
you done to your hand?
You don't want to know. Come in.
You need to talk to someone.
Do I?
I saw Victoria earlier. I take it you two aren't reconciled.
Look, you've not come here to listen to my tale of woe.
You've been listening to other people's problems all day. Take 10 minutes off.
Thanks, love.
Be more comfortable without them boots.
Nobody deserves to be around when they come off.
To be soft. And go and get Dad's slippers.
Have you got any slippers?
I'll get your pumps.
Well, listen, I appreciate it, but I was going to have a bath after I'd finished this.
Oh, I'll put the water on, shall I?
OK.
And you get the royal treatment.
Well, I'm all in favour myself.
What are you two after then?
I've got some bubble bath.
Adele!
You're right. Something's got into them.
Maybe they just love their old man. Perhaps she could pick up a few hints.
I know it's mad, after everything she's done, but I still love her. Hold that, will you?
Sounds like me and Max.
Now that you're apart, do you think it's any better?
Oh, life's much simpler now.
And you've got Mick.
He's lovely, a really nice man.
Perhaps that's what I need. Someone to help me forget.
It worked for me.
After the wedding, we kissed, almost.
I haven't forgotten.
We were interrupted.
Hmm.
Would you mind if I kissed you now?
No.
Hey, Katie.
Hiya, come for your jabs?
Yeah. Has Susanna shown up?
Yeah, she's in with the doctor now.
I thought she might bottle out, you know. She hates needles.
Oh, I'm sure Dad will look after her.
Can I get you anything, Dad?
Cup of tea wouldn't go amiss.
I'll get it.
You never leave the bag in long enough.
Hey, yours tastes horrible.
You two, homework.
Go on, my tea will take care of itself. Won't it, love? Go on.
I love you, Dad. Love you, Mum.
Love you, Dad.
They've been swapped by aliens.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Come in, but don't fiddle. What do you think?
He seemed, I don't know, like Dad.
He's being so brave.
Are you sure about this?
You saw how happy he was. It's a front.
He's just gotta be all right.
If we're gonna help him beat this, whatever it is, we need to know the facts.
How are we gonna do that?
Keep pretending we don't know. See if they let the guard down. If not, then it's time for action.
I hope there's homework going on up there.
Anne's just borrowing a pen. Go on. Promise I'll think of something.
Can't he find a vein?
Don't know what he's doing, to be honest.
We shouldn't be doing this.
No. What am I doing? Mick's waiting outside.
Do you care for him?
Yes, I do very much.
What are we doing here?
We're making a terrible mistake.
I'm bad news. I know I am. You should steer clear.
We'll forget about all of this.
Thought he was going to keep you overnight.
Well, you know me and needles.
So how was it?
Oh, we got there in the end.
Come through now.
My turn.
See you later.
Where are you going now? Liverpool. I'm going to see Raymond, my son and heir.
I'd forgotten what it was like to have a fella about the place. Then you come along.
You're just in time for a game. It's called not getting your head kicked in.
Come on, Jess.
Will you love me?
6 Brookside Close, Manor Park. Do you think you can find that?
That's Friday at 8:30, and Brookside's Hour Long's episode returns to 4 next Wednesday at the earlier time of 8 o'clock.